already know what it is. Juanita Mecca Audio. Juanita Mecca Audio. Juanita Mecca Audio. Now let me stop playing with y'all, but for real. Boop, boop, boop. We gonna do what it do, how it do. We gonna make it move how it move. You already know. It's Mecca what?
Mecca what? Mecca Audio.
I want y'all to sit and listen, please. Like, subscribe, hit that bell. Juanita Mecca Audio. Like, subscribe, hit that bell. Unique Mecca Audio. I'm actually going to start a little mini series. This is mini series part 1. I want to discuss to everybody, but I hope us young females take heed to what I'm saying, because I got a secret to tell that most don't even know about me. Not that I'm ashamed or I hide it, but it's not like an opening conversation. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, if you need to know, but not everything's for everybody. Know me? Feel me? So look, I want to talk right now about everybody. Who's your first love, ladies? Let's start there. Who's your first love? Write it in the comments. Me, my first love was my father. I loved my father down. Like, just imagine having a father that has multiple children, right? Don't, I know, don't judge, just listen and understand me. That's right. A father having multiple children, not with the same woman, and out of all those kids, boys, girls, whatever, I'm the only one that looked like him, man. Yo, I got everything like my father, from the brain to the nose. I ain't gonna hold you. Everybody got his nose, or his nose is hella genetic. But imagine, I got his cheeks, same slender. I'm just as dark as him. Everybody else is a little lighter, brown, high yellow, whatever. I look just like my father. So just imagine growing up loving your father so bad and so hard and never really getting to have him. My father was the first man that I ever loved, but he also was the first man that ever broke my heart. And I ain't gonna say the first part that broke my heart was him going to prison. No, I didn't even realize till I was older, and I learned from it. And I'm actually, it's unfortunate. Let me say this. It's unfortunate because a lot of times, us, not just women, but a lot of times people actually suppress feelings, emotions, thoughts, memories that they felt or went through, because they don't want to sit in that pain again and relive it or even try to fix it. But what I realized as I've grown and matured, I forgot about so much things, and the things that I didn't forget about, I was looking at it like it was, you know what I mean? Like it was something good for me, but it was never that. It took years of pain, yo, on hand of God, on my mama. It took years of pain and struggle for me to really see what is and what wasn't. So when I say my father, when he first broke my heart, and I love you, Pops. You already know, like, subscribe. Like I said, Unique Mecca Audio. Why do I, your oldest daughter, have to beg to come see you? I'm begging to see you. You're the father. Why would I have to beg to come see you? That used to make me so mad. But whenever he did come and like tried to make it up, I suppressed it, not even realizing as a child, like, this man need to be talking to me, explaining to me why he ain't come, what's going on, what's happening. I never got that. And a lot of times, we don't even know we needed that. And now that I'm older, I wish my father would have told me what the hell was going on? What was his reason at that time? Don't let me find out later why you wasn't spending time with me. And then he ended up getting locked up. He came home, then got locked up again. But this time when he got locked up, he did not come back out. Yo, my mother and my father have been together since high school, right? Peep this. We're gonna talk, right. So let's ride. So, as I said, my mother and father, they was together since high school, right? My brother's older than me by 1 year, but I have another brother named Wayne, the same way my brother's named Wayne, and they only a year apart. Shit crazy, right? I did always think that was weird. I thought it was something funny about it, but I didn't really think nothing of it when I was younger. But it is crazy. My father went into prison when I was 7. My sister was 6. No, my sister was 6. My bad. I'm 6 years older than my sister. My sister was literally not even walking yet. So my sister had no relationship with him or whatever. Now, when he went into prison, I still didn't get to see him all the time as I wanted. But this time I didn't have to beg to see him. And I think I actually found a way to appreciate that, which is crazy. Why am I appreciating seeing my father locked up in prison, God? Now, I'm saying that to say this. My father left me for them streets. Now, it may not have been literally, from them streets, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't just you loving the money and it was fast money. You wanted to get it how you fit in. No, you made a name for yourself and you stood and you rode with that name, and unique is who you rather been at that time than a father than me and all your other kids. When I used to literally sit in my room and cry, yo, I miss my father. I wish my father was here. I'm going to all these people's house. They got their mother. They father in that house. They getting disciplined. I wanted attention so bad. I wanted somebody to look at me the way I seen everybody else's father looked at them. Yo, hold, pause, 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 pause. My eyes getting a little watery, but please believe me, it's only watery because the strength that I overcame. Like, anytime I think about my past now, I look at my past as how I got through it so I can remember that I'll get through whatever else is coming next to me. You understand me? My father being gone, when he got locked up, he wrote me so much and he expected me to do the same. And it's crazy because when you was outside, you wasn't even calling me as much as you writing me. You wasn't even asking about me as much as you asking about me now. You know what I mean? That hurt. That hurt. But as I got older, I started understanding, like, yo, I know my father loves me, but he is the first man to break my heart. Because how did you pick them streets, the fame, of, or just being that unique before me, your twin? I didn't even talk about everybody else. I was hurt off of that. I was hurt. But later on down the line, you know, as I said, I was looking for somebody just like my father, yo. On hand to God. I did not care. I wanted, like, every dude I started messing with, if they wanted to see me all the time, I wasn't interested. Because my father wasn't seeing me all the time. You understand? I wanted to get that feeling that my father was giving me, even though it wasn't a right feeling. That little bit of feeling that he was giving me and how he was moving with me, I wanted a man to move with me too, so I could feel like I was right there with my father. I know it sounds crazy. And like I even spoke to my moms about that recently because it came up and she didn't even know that that's why I did and moved the way I did. And it's crazy because I look at it now like, why would I ever put myself in these situations dealing with these men that I knew didn't care about me. Because I was looking for somebody like my father so bad, and because he hurt me that bad, I was even messing, I was 15 with a 32-year-old man. What a 15-year-old doing with a 32-year-old man. This dude, his name was Brian. He worked in the hospital in what, Patterson, right? He worked in the hospital in Patterson. I was like, oh, he a good dude. He got a good job. He got money. But I never recollected, and he had two kids. He was never married. He had two kids. I think at the time when I was messing with him, his baby mother like moved to, what was it? I don't know, somewhere out of state. So long story short, old boy ended up buying a house. It was the daughter. He had a daughter and a son. So Brian ended up buying a house in Patterson. Or at least that's what he told me. But obviously now I'm understanding it was probably renting. So because the way my father hit me, I was looking for older men. Brian bought that house. Why would I actually stay in that house with him at 15? I was sleeping over every weekend. For what? What this grown 32-year-old black man want with me, a 15-year-old girl that cut school? At that time, I actually think I left school already at that time. I think I tried to get my GED, but it didn't work out. We're gonna get to that too. That's another series. But like, this dude got a daughter, like 8 years old. I'm thinking about, like, as I got older, nigga, he's nasty. What the, you dirty ass? Who? Like, real talk. What man that has a daughter wants to mess with a 15-year-old girl? Now, as a woman, I'm looking at that like, yo, that man was, real talk. He was a creep. He was a creep. I believed everything he told me. He did it and moved just the way my father did, and I liked it. The only difference was he actually had a job and he wasn't selling drugs. He was smoking weed. We all smoke weed. I smoke weed. I was smoking weed so early. We're gonna get to that too. That's another part of the series. But now, for my father breaking my heart and being the first man to break my heart, it ended up being a ripple effect. But we're gonna cut this. We're gonna get to part two in a minute. You already know. But thank you for tuning in. I hope, and please listen to me. Take heed and understand me when I say there's one, not one person in this world that will ever love you more than you love you. Understand me. It took a lot of drugs, a lot of sex, a lot of things that I did to numb the pain that I never really wanted to feel. And as I got older and I had no choice but to be sober and to feel the pain and to actually think and get the help that I needed and talk, ooh, made such a difference, let me tell you. But it hurt to be like, dang, yo, I did that. I let somebody do me like that. I was moving like, you know what I mean? Just all these popping in my head. So please remember, love you, because ain't nobody ever gonna love you like you love you. You may think you trusting and you riding, and no, no. And don't look for something that you know's not right. I knew my father wasn't right. The man was locked up. The man wasn't even living in the same freaking city as my mother when I was a child, and he was free. He wasn't trying to see me as hard as I was trying to see him. He was blessing me with gifts instead of attention, you know? That's why I craved attention so much. And I moved to stupid stuff just to freaking receive it. So please believe me when I say love yourself. Don't let the pain and the loss of what you thought from your father, anybody, any man or female in your family that you truly loved and broke your heart, and they was the first one to break your heart, We have to learn from that. We have to grow from that, and we got to move on. So now when we talk about it, yeah, we may cry a little bit, get a little, but nah, that's happy tears because I understand now. I realize I'm up out of there. I'm not in that pain no more. It's not ever going to resurface. It can't be a trigger because I buried it. But I buried it, worked on it before it was buried. I didn't subdue it and just swept it under the rug. You understand me? That's all I'm gonna do. Look. I'm gonna cut this right now. Like, subscribe, as I said. Juanita make an audio. Juanita make an audio. Hit that bell. Make it do what it do when it do. Also, like, subscribe, hit that bell for my father, Unique Mecca Audio. Mecca what? Mecca
Mecca
Audio. You already know, but I'm about to get up out of here.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back to the
cheers, cheers, toast the crime.